Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Luke Beller. So apparently the Packers have met with another player. They've met with lots of players this offseason so far. With the draft coming up soon, we're about to finally figure out who the Packers actually end up drafting. So it came out from Justin M over here on Twitter. He says, I really like Virginia linebacker Charles Snowden. He has excellent length, 15 career sacks as a Sam/Will, can stop the run and drop in coverages too. Snowden has met virtually with the Packers, Bears, Saints, Eagles, a few other teams as well. If you guys are new to the channel, I put out Packers content, news analysis, all that stuff almost every single day. So if you want to see that, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel down below. So if we take a look here at PFF, sort of their thoughts on Charles Snowden, they have him ranked as the 188th overall player on their draft board. He went to school in Virginia Cavaliers. He's 23 years old, 6'7", 240 pounds, so a massive guy. And if we take a look at their grades for him in the past couple seasons, 2020, they had him as a 270th edge out of 515, so maybe not one of the best, but still a guy who seems projected to be drafted sometime, most likely. As you can see here, they have him as a 6th-round player. Snowden still has so much development to do before he becomes a player you can put on the edge in the NFL. So it seems that he's not really, a top caliber guy who still needs time to develop. And so take a look at his pros here. Elite lankiness, height and length that make a lot of things easier as a defender. I mean, he's 6'7", insanely tall. Special agility for a player at his height, often beat blocks by not even getting touched. Crazy tackle radius, engulfs ball carriers. Unsurprisingly, a batted pass machine, 12 over past 3 years. That makes sense. If you're 6'7", you could probably smack the ball down pretty easily. Cons, skinny as can be. No power to him. Moves so unnaturally. I don't know how that gets fixed. Hasn't really developed any go-to pass rushing moves. Pass rushing grade stagnated. Slow to process, can see the wheels turning. Then to summarize it up, it says even after getting up 240 pounds this past season from 225 a couple of years ago, the 6'7" Snowden still looks more like a basketball player than a football player. He played an outside linebacker role that took advantage of that athleticism by asking him to rush the passer about as much as he dropped into coverage. That's not really a thing in the NFL, though, so he'll soon have to prove that he can do one or the other at a high level. With his length, someone will try to make him a pass rusher, but he's got a long way to go in that regard. So if he is a guy who's going to be playing off the edge, you may be wondering, well, don't the Packers have Zadarius Smith, Preston Smith, Rashawn Gary? I definitely think, edge or outside linebackers is not really the biggest need for the Packers. Obviously, you always need to have depth, because eventually some of these guys will end up moving on, and we need to have players ready to come up behind them. But, maybe later in the draft, the Packers see a guy like this, and they think, maybe they can develop him. Obviously, there's lots of guys when you pick later in the draft, they take time to develop, unlike other guys who maybe can, be ready to go faster, who are pretty much already NFL ready. But it seems that this guy is going to be a developmental guy, so if he were to be drafted, it'll take some time probably for him to be ready to actually come in and play. And considering he is on the edge, we already have guys ahead of him, so it's not the most pressing need, but maybe the Packers want to, come after, get some more depth at the position. But that's all I have for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. As always, the draft is coming up. I'll be putting out all that goes down with the draft in the next week or two. So make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss that. Turn on the notifications so that way any news that comes out for the Packers, you get it right away the second I make a video. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.